Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Wiccan Warriors Sunday show. I should have cleared my throat before we started, but I got so busy watching my own titles that I forgot.
A little bit unprofessional.
It was a bit. So yeah, hi, happy Sunday. We are the Wiccan Warriors. If you're joining us for the first time, my name's Alistair. I'm a tarot reading, mediumistic shaman weirdo, and this is Penny, who is a weirdo, but also
I'm proud. Also an empath and a doula and a dowser and a Reiki master teacher and blah, blah, blah.
And blah, blah, blah. So yeah, as always, say hi when you get here. Marion's here first, of course. Hi, Marion, our super fan.
Leah.
Closely followed by Danny.
Love heart from Leah.
Yep, and a love heart from Leah. Quickly what I put in the comments. I do appreciate it. I just want to reiterate that really a little bit. That it means a lot when you guys hit like. It's sort of a reason for us to be sat here. And when you share it, it doesn't take up a lot of our time during the week, but we do regularly check it and go, oh, we've had this many views. So we're nowhere near the kind of the realms of influencers and things like that. But to us, this little world of our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel, it's important and it means a lot to us. So thank you.
It does mean a lot to us.
No, I'm not.
It does mean a lot to us because I'm knackered and feel like rubbish, and I went and brushed my hair to come on here and everything.
So did I, to be around my beard. It's getting nice and long.
Yeah, me too.
No. Okay, the first thing I want to start with is I've got something planned for this Wednesday night.
Woo-woo.
We're going to do a vigil at a secret location in Northamptonshire, and we're going to take my dog, Clara.
I thought you said we're going to take my dog. I was going to say, why?
Be good for the squirrels.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be good for
They'd have a right giggle.
You'd eat them.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't be quick enough. He's too fat. He's slow and old now.
So we're going to take
like his dad.
Clara, are we?
Yeah, so we're going to take Clara
Excellent.
to a secret location and see if we can get a communication board working or one of those, I can't remember what it's called, the recorder things, dictaphones, and do some calling out for dictaphones. I don't know why, but my brain went blank. So yeah, so if you'd like to join us on Wednesday night, it'll be from 9 till, say, the latest midnight, because I'm not very good after 10 o'clock. I get grumpy and sleepy.
And the other dwarves.
Not very good. So yeah, if you'd like to join us, it's totally free. No, it's not something like that. I just want to get together with some people and meet up. And if you've got a haunted item, bring that with you so we can help see what happens, sort of see if we can document it a little bit.
Yeah.
So it'd be nothing, it won't be like a professional setup. It would just be whatever we can record on our phones.
Yeah, it's not
It's
a
just
proper
for us,
investigation.
really.
It's about let's get together with people in a really cool place.
So yeah, and have a bit of a giggle. Hopefully it'll be good fun.
Yeah.
We'll get some spooks going. So if you'd like to join us
Hi,
on
Jess and Noah. Hi, Sharon.
Yes. Hello, Jess. Good evening. Hello, Sharon.
Lovely, Sharon.
So if you'd like to join us on that secret location next Wednesday, so this Wednesday coming, drop me a message through the Facebook page and I'll let you know where it is and what you need to bring and what to do. So yeah.
Hopefully you'll tell me as well.
Yeah, I've kind of come up with this on the spot. As always, I've perused it over
I've
in my brain
literally
and
just
told
walked
nobody.
in the room and he said, on Wednesday, guess what we're doing?
I think it's a great idea. We've still got our psychic night on Friday.
We have?
So I know there's some tickets left. I don't know how many are left now.
Probably only a couple.
The last time I spoke to Alex, there was over half of them had gone.
Right, okay.
So yes, there's only 20 tickets available for that. And that's at Ryan's coffee shop in Boothville, Northampton.
Yeah. That's
20 quid. You get a posh coffee, posh cake, posh tarot reading, and then one from me.
Oh, I think I've read that comment right. Pop it up.
Noah says if Alistair grew his hair, he'd look like Aquaman. What, the Wish version? Turn up with a plastic fork rather than a trident.
Penny wishes. For now, happy with the Viking. But...
Aquaman. Nice, thanks. I'll take that. I'll be the Wish version of him. I can't remember his proper name. It's Jay. Is it something Momoa? Because I remember a meme of him pushing a mower.
I don't know. Has he got a name? All right, move on.
Yeah.
We've started
Well,
around now.
The other bit of good news I've got is a few weeks ago I mentioned on here about a dog that I helped some people rescue because I came back out of retirement as a dog behaviourist and helped these people. I got an update from the rescue centre today that everything's going spot on. It's going really well. The dog's been given a new name. We're not getting a repeat of the behaviour that he's doing. So we're now a couple of weeks off the next stage. So kind of if you're in the dog world still, talking to Marion, need a non-shrinking violet, somebody with a bit of strength. This dog wants to relax with somebody after a good day's work. It'd be ideal. And like I said before, and like I said to Carla on the phone, was I told you if I was in a situation where I could have this dog, I would take it.
Luckily, you're not.
No, I'm not. So if you are interested, contact Nana. It's a rescue centre in Northamptonshire. Say you've seen this and it's about the dog that I've sort of rescued, and they'll put you on like a list, I think, or add you to their files or something like that to register your interest, sort of logic. But yeah, it'll make a good working dog. It'll make a good anything. Doesn't matter whether it's agility or working trials. He's such a good dog.
No more dog.
Yeah, no, I'm going to retire from the dogs. I'm passionate about that.
Okay.
Oh, what's that say? I'll text you to find out more details. So I can. Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Marion.
Thank you, Marion.
So yeah, okay, over to you then. What's your week been like?
It's been a very busy, very emotional week.
Well, it's been busy for two reasons. Because you've now got another job, haven't you?
To add to the mini.
It's an iron in the fire.
I know, but there's not much fire room left.
And we got a violin.
There's the SEN.
Yeah.
The doula.
Yeah.
The readings.
Yeah.
And now there's
freelance trainer
doing the driver speed awareness courses for the police.
And just to remind everybody, how did you find out about that job, Penny?
Oh, I got caught speeding and I did a driver awareness course.
Ting.
And then I asked the lovely trainer at the end, how can I have your job? So try not to get caught because you might end up on my course.
Yeah, you end up with Penny as your trainer going, don't speed. Stopping distances. Sorry. That's not how Penny would teach, obviously. Don't hit me again. The camera's rolling. There'll be evidence this time.
Shouldn't say things like that. Good Lord. So yeah, I've been like super busy.
Yeah.
And we did something in the week.
We did. Stick around for a little bit because we actually went out on an investigation for the first time with UK Haunted.
We did. It wasn't like a ghost hunt investigation. It was about providing peace of mind to somebody that have been having some very interesting occurrences.
Yeah, they'd had quite a bit of activity in the time that they were there, while they've been living there, even to the point where their son has told them quite specific details about things that they wouldn't have known before.
And he's very, very little.
Yeah. Then there was the sort of things they felt themselves and the inherent knowledge. I mean, the guy that owned the building, he knows it's an old building. This is a medieval building.
Yeah.
So the fact that he and he said right from the beginning, he didn't believe in any of this sort of stuff.
Yeah, he said, I don't believe in this and I never ever have.
No. And then we jump ahead a little bit. Penny was saying some stuff and he went, I've just heard what Penny said. And he then said,
from what she's just said, do you know what? I think she's genuine. I was quite unnerved, I think.
But it is an absolutely gorgeous building. And as a person that, like myself, that does psychometry, just putting my hands on the walls and just feeling the energy of the building was amazing. So as we go through, we come through and we got up the stairs.
Instantly.
Yeah. The second we walked in the front door.
To be fair, walking in the front door, it was like, oh, okay, there's stuff going on.
Yeah. Could feel the energy, could feel it bubbling, like it knew we were coming.
Yeah. That was quite interesting.
Yeah.
And it was a really, really cold night. And everybody had jumpers and things on, and I was sitting there taking my cardi off, sweating.
Yeah, they've got the heat on.
Yeah, but in that kind of building, in that kind of a building, but even with all of you up there, everybody had jumpers on, and I was absolutely boiling. And I think it was more the intensity of the energy, because there was so many energies in there.
There was. It was a little bit like walking into a crowded room and then trying to figure out where your friend was in the room. Do you know what I mean? You know, trying to in the day when you could go to a nightclub, and you're trying to find the sort of person you're looking for.
Or you can hear somebody, but you can't see them because they're talking in a normal voice.
It was just so much of it. I described them to them at the time. It's like walking through random whirlpools as well, whirlwinds of kind of information. Like you catch a bit of something, and then you kind of move your head one way and catch a bit of something else. With so many bits to tune into
because of the nature of the building, a lot of and the age of the building,
it's changed a lot as well.
Yeah, a lot of people have passed through there.
Well, the things with changing a building is not only does it change the flow of the energy, which we always pick up on, but for somebody to change the building means there's a fondness for the building, so they're putting some of themselves into it. So I think that adds to the energy of a building.
Of course
when it's just a load of builders stick up a building nowadays, it's done as quick as they can do it.
Well, they're like Lego houses now.
Exactly, but back then the builders would all be chatting and talking and planning and doing stuff. There would have been more of a community logic to it.
And it was a hub point of a community.
Yeah. So I think sort of things like that just add extra energy to it.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. I've got to move. I've got to sit on my leg because.
You can take the cushion off if you like.
No, I actually quite like
the training.
Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. So yeah, then what happened? You got upstairs and started picking up on.
The theory is, I didn't know where we were going at all.
Nope.
You were sent the postcode when we got in the car.
No, I got sent it in the afternoon.
Right. Okay.
But I just didn't look at it and do anything because I was working.
So I didn't talk to anybody or have any prior knowledge to where we were going or anything like that. So what generally happens is the techie people, the intelligent ones, go ahead first, do some research, have the conversations.
Well, UK Haunted had already done that, hadn't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So they'd been out and wrecked the place and done all the researchy stuff.
And done the conversations.
Yeah.
Again, it wasn't a ghost hunt. It was information gathering exercise.
Yeah.
With the potential of a cleansing, if necessary. So yeah. So then I arrive. Everybody's already had a conversation. If anybody starts a conversation about the building or the experiences, I have to shut that down straight off.
Yeah, no, Alex was pretty good at that. Nobody sort of said...
No, it was brilliant.
Nobody said anything about the building and what they felt, what kind of energy they'd been feeling. Yeah. We went in completely blind.
Yeah, and then I do a walk round of the rooms and do an initial reach out, see who's there and what information I get. And it was quite full on. Then I feed that back to the group. Then we have a conversation of what's been experienced, and then I can do the conversations and the connections in the building after that. But it didn't work out that way at all. That was what usually happens and my intention, but there was some really strong energies in there that just wouldn't shut up.
No.
And it was quite a hefty engagement. Again, it's like
a lot of the times it was too heavy for us two to be in the same room.
Yeah, there was a lot. It's like having 10 people standing around you, all shouting at the same time, and you're like, I only want to talk to one of you.
Yeah.
Or some of the energy was really old energy, and it's rare I get dates, really rare, and it's not very often I get names, but I did get a name. Because mine's more of as an empath, it's more of an emotional connection than anything else. But yeah, it was.
No, I mean
a lot.
The guy that owns it, he took great pleasure in showing me, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing, sort of showing me around the building. Once we'd done what we'd said, and kind of.
Well, we missed the point. When we first got there, the lovely lady said, would you like a drink? And we said, you know, a cup of coffee would be nice. And that meant she had to go upstairs to make a cup of coffee. And there was comments about you wouldn't go upstairs earlier.
Yeah.
She was quite unnerved being upstairs alone or having to go upstairs alone. And I absolutely got it. Once I'd walked through, I could absolutely see where she was coming from. It was a very intimidating space. Very.
Yeah. It was. What was the spirit? Can you remember the spirit details that you picked up on the end of the room that was next to the kitchen?
Yeah.
To do with the kid falling over.
Yes, it came through very quickly. It was a man and a woman. And initially I could feel the connection between them and the strength of the connection between them. And her energy was a lot stronger than his.
Right.
But I couldn't get what it was. I think I said there was some kind of conflict, but I wasn't sure. And it was a room I had to go back to later, where I got the rest of the story. Do you want me to say what the rest of the story was?
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know we were doing it chronologically as the evening went on.
Well, that's what I was going to do. Well, no, if you want to do it chronologically, it's when I went into their bedroom first.
Okay, do that then.
Because I went wandering off, didn't I? Because it was just too heavy to stand in the same room. It's like you were standing there with your group of people, then I would end up with my group, and that filled the room out. So I went for a wander, and before I did say to the owners, "Is there any door I shouldn't open, or
is there anywhere we can't wander? I
just because I'm going to feel, Jenny, if I just feel the urge to just wander through, I'm going to wander." And they were really good. They said, "No, you should be fine."
Yeah.
So I went into their master bedroom, and there's a cupboard, like an old style door, and this cupboard. And as I got towards the door,
it was quite low.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had to duck to get underneath it. I would have had to have ducked to get underneath it. Sorry. As I got there, all I could feel was the energy of kids running backwards and forwards, like they were playing. And I thought like they were playing hide and seek in this cupboard.
Yeah.
And it was really buzzy, like loads of kids. So I opened the cupboard, and it wasn't a cupboard; it was the kid's bedroom.
It was through
and
the
that
door.
Completely. I was like, there we go. Okay, excellent. That's awesome. So I sort of stuck my head in this dark because there was no light switch next to the door, and I thought, I'm not wandering in.
And the lights were placed in random places as well.
Were. And
you had to walk across a dark room to find the light switch.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. So so I just thought, I found their kids' bedrooms adjacent to their master bedrooms.
Yeah.
The layout, and then came back into the room to tell you guys about that.
Yeah.
And that's when they said, no, there's actually another door to the kids' room. Yeah. So there's like a door through between the master bedroom.
There's a super long corridor. So you come upstairs. There's a super long corridor. And the bedroom doors lead on to the corridor.
Yeah.
And the living room's at the end. But when you go into the main bedroom, you then can go through interconnecting door like in a hotel.
But genuinely, it just looked like a cupboard. I thought I was stood in front of like a bookshelf.
Well, I get that. It was really low.
Didn't expect it to be a door at all. So that was really cool. So it was nice to pick up on the energy of it being such a nice family home with the kids.
Where's my hands? Were this thick.
Oh yeah, these are
thick.
medieval walls.
Yeah.
So it's an awesomely old building.
When you touch the walls, though, they were cold. It was proper stone
Yeah.
They were cold to touch.
So yeah, so which energy did you pick up on first?
The first energy was when I first got there, and we stepped out onto the landing corridor bit, and it was a male energy, and it was really strong, and he was cross. That was the first energy I got.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to tune into what that energy was, what to narrow down what the anger part of it was. As I say, as an empath, the emotional connection is the first one I get. Yeah, and he was super cross, but didn't find out till later it was because he saw it as his building, and that there had been a renovation internally that had changed the layout and the flow.
Yeah.
And that made him a bit angry.
Yeah, he didn't like that at all.
So we went and sat in the lounge, and their gorgeous little cat trotted past, slinked past, and got to the point on the landing corridor bit where I'd felt the energy, stopped, turned and looked at me, and then didn't take her eyes off me. And then she turned her body and sat down and just stared at me. But it was that exact point, because I was like, I can't take my eyes off you. I don't know. I'm guessing you're telling me about what you're picking up on the landing. But that was a little bit interesting. It was the exact point.
Yeah, because that was near the master bedroom as well, wasn't it?
And through the evening, that point was a focal point for a lot of what was going on. We were drawn constantly back to that point.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, it wasn't very wide, considering how thick all the walls are in this old building. That actual bit wasn't very wide.
The internal renovations that had been done on it.
Indeed, which wasn't great for the number of us that were in that space. It's quite a tight space.
I had a spirit come through and tell me that they'd left. There is a time capsule memory box.
You did.
That's been left in there.
And as you said it, I said it's on the left. It's on the left of the fireplace.
So so a lot of the fireplaces were actually all closed up and not being used and stuff.
So they'd have to open everything
I've
up.
said, please don't smash things open to find it, but because he wouldn't. The person who was telling me this was really kind of jovial as well. That that they wouldn't say the exact locations and things, but it backed up the other spirit that I picked up on, which was the old landlord, who he was chuffed to bits that it's now the pub is now in a bloodline.
Yeah.
So it was being passed on, and that's what he wanted. So from spirit side, he was absolutely buzzing, and his energy was bouncing that he was going to try and create opportunities for them to make money, to make this a better pub again. So there was a lot of positives there.
Yeah, indeedy.
What did you pick up on next?
I felt a little bit uncomfortable in the master bedroom, but not massively so, and I was drawn to that door as well. And there was child energy in there, and you're right, they were running backwards and forwards across the room. But I didn't get any sense of malice.
No.
At any point in the building, there wasn't intentional. There was, I'm angry about this, but there wasn't, I'm angry about this and I'm going to become poltergeist and fling stuff at you and shout, get out.
No. They just preferred it the way they had it.
They just wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
And I got that from a lot of the energies in there, that it was we just want you to hear our story. We've been here so long. I've suddenly gone breathless again, which is exactly what happened the first connection with the chap on the landing was breathless, and it was interesting because I felt it, and Alex said, "You sound really breathless, like you been running or something," and that's exactly how I felt, but I hadn't pinpointed at that point what it was. And actually, in the living room, I got a pain because you got a headache, and I got a pain here, like black eye kind of a ache here. That was pretty intense and made me feel sick, but we think we know what that was now. That was linked to the building.
I'll tell you another thing I got is it's not a location that I would say that's particularly haunted to do vigils and communications and things like that in. It's not that kind of building. It was not that kind of energy at all.
Not at all.
It wasn't one of the places that you kind of go to and you go, oh yeah, I want to go back here again. Like Hellfire Caves, I want to go back again. There's different churches I'd like to go back to again. You get drawn back because you know there's going to be a repeat in theory of what you experienced, but that there wasn't.
No.
Because we passed on what we needed to pass on.
We listened.
We then were able to reassure the occupants, and then what did you do at the end to help?
Well, there was the later part of the story with the man and the woman was actually, it was linked to, I think it was linked to the child. It was definitely linked to a child. And it's like it was just out of my eye line, so I couldn't see the final part of it, which was essentially there was something that happened, and the male had pushed the small boy, and I just instantly got the information that he died. But it was an accident. There was it was an accident. It wasn't meant to happen. That was recurring, constant thing. It was an accident. It was an accident. But she was the strongest energy there. I'm guessing it was mum, dad, and child. But it was like we don't need you to know our details. We need you to know the story. But I had the sensation in the doorway of a fall. So whether that fall was, he fell, banged his head, but it felt like a bigger fall. Like, for example, the stairs in there are completely wrong. Everything's been renovated and moved around, and I think.
Well, if you remember where I said that outside wall was, the stairs that we walked up wouldn't have been there at all.
Yeah, but I didn't know that then.
No, I know.
When I had that information, I didn't know, and I'm more inclined to think that the access to upstairs was by ladders.
Yeah, so.
And I think there was a push, fall, fell down.
Right.
The ladder space.
Yeah.
That's the impression that I got, but I couldn't see that because it was like it was out of my viewpoint.
Effectively, it'd be like, imagine 100 years from now, people walking into your house through your bedroom window because they've moved the stairs randomly, and that's kind of how you walk in and go, hang on, that don't feel right. Usually,
when there's a change in stairway direction, that's the first thing I'll pick up on. Because it's like when water goes down a plug hole, if the direction's been changed, if you then change where the water's going out, it will go in a different direction, and I'll feel that swirling feeling to tell me that it's going the wrong way. And I didn't have that. I had a really mild suggestion of it, which I found quite confusing. But that's why I think it's more likely to have been something like a ladder. So it was a sheer drop rather than the stairs went this way.
Well, that, like we said, that building is old enough to have had
multiple.
There'd have been farm workers sleeping in bunks, just paying whatever tiny amount of money it was for bed and a bit of broth.
It was many hundred years old, the building.
Yeah, very old building.
Yeah.
Sorry, quick ad break. Just want to say thank you to Chrissy, Justine, Leah for the love hearts.
Chris for the like.
Hang on, there's more than that. Oh yeah, that's it. And if you missed the very beginning, this coming Wednesday, we're going to do a vigil with Clara and my doll. And if you've got a haunted item, bring that. It'll be from 9 o'clock till possibly midnight-ish, but we'll see how it goes. In a location in Northamptonshire. If you want to come along, contact us through the Facebook page, and we'll let you know the details.
And weather dependent, because it's outdoor location.
Yeah, I'm weather dependent. I'm a bit of a snowflake when it comes to that, because I lost all my weight and now I can't take the cold. It's chilly. So, and then we've got some tickets available for our psychic night next Friday on the 18th. £20 per person. Ad breaks over. Right, Penny, carry on.
I've completely lost the plot now of what I was doing.
It's all gone quiet out there, but no comments up there, which means I don't know whether
because they're listening or they've gone to sleep.
Yeah, they fell asleep.
Well, it's half term, so nobody's got to get up for school in the morning.
Oh, that's the best.
I know, it is amazing. Right, so
looking forward to not having to get up tomorrow morning.
It was, we went into the kitchen and the bathroom area, and that was completely wrong.
Yeah.
It just, when you go into a room and think this isn't the right place for this just feels weird. But I didn't pick up energy in the kitchen, I don't think.
That's all the new bit.
I didn't in the bathroom, but I did. And that's why I asked, do you feel uncomfortable at all when you're in that room? But I think that's more about the energy on the outside saying that this is wrong, this isn't how it's supposed to be. Like I'm waiting at the door for you to come out so I can go, this isn't right, rather than I'm watching you have a bath, because that's creepy. There wasn't that.
No.
They did tell us later that actually they'd had quite a sustained amount of activity occur around the kitchen area.
But he was very sceptical. When we got there, he was very sceptical. And then later on, once the sort of evening was starting to wind down, we were all sat in the lounge area.
Yeah.
I've got to say as well, we went with the UK Haunted team, who...
Those guys are amazing and so professional.
Brilliant. Yeah, it was so professional, the way that they communicated with the client, with us, the information we got. I mean, the cameras were there, but they weren't really in your face. It was just to document it.
And they completely understood how we worked as well.
Yeah. And it was, I think it got Alex a little bit annoyed, because you'd be sort of in one room saying something, and all of a sudden, is that you making that noise, Alistair? Sorry, yeah, that's me. Because I just wander off. Yeah. So
but
I got a bit more of a team player.
Yeah, there were lots of it's a long time since I've been out on an investigation with them. And there were a lot of surprising noises that occurred while we were in there, which was definitely, you haven't heard from me yet, kind of a thing. What else? At one point, you were all standing chatting in the corridor, which was so narrow, and there was far too many people in that corridor. And then I was getting that breathless again, and it just popped into my head, it's emphysema. So I just went out and said, the breathing, I know what it is now. It is the chap where you're standing and it's emphysema. You can't breathe. And the lovely male occupant of the building said, I don't believe in any of this stuff, and I've never believed in any of this stuff. But from what she's just said, yeah, she's genuine, which was quite nice. Didn't say it to me. I was walking away, but I did hear it. So that was quite nice. We went downstairs at one point, and we spoke to a couple of the locals and said, you know, are you familiar with the building?
Yeah.
And I think the pain that I felt in my face was related to a story one of the locals said about somebody who had shot themselves in the building, and that the room that was the living room now, the lounge now, was actually the bedroom previously.
Yeah.
So it's quite possible that those two things are linked. So that was quite interesting. And then I was drawn to a photo on the wall, because I tried to describe what this man had looked like. I said he's an old man. He's a little bit stooped, but not massively bent over old. But you can just tell that hard-working, I'm just leaning a little bit, thinning hair on top, a little bit more around here. I absolutely got the cardigan, which indicated to me the age. But I was drawn to a photo and saw the man that I'd connected with in the photo. And later in the evening, it was wrenched off the wall by the lovely male occupant, so we could have a look and see if we could get any information from the photo. I've got out of breath again. We didn't. We've got a print number that I'm gonna maybe
we'll
this week have a look and see if we can get some more information. But interestingly, one of the locals said there used to be a picture on that wall with a list of all the significant things that had happened in the building, and nobody knows where it went. That list.
It's vanished.
And he said, I've looked all over the internet, I've researched this place, and I cannot find any information about it at all.
Yeah.
Which was excellent for us, because it proved that we don't do any research, and even if we had, we wouldn't have found anything.
It's also,
So that was quite good.
Sorry, guys, I've got to change position again. My back's hurting today. Crumbs.
We had a little stop it. We had a little look in the cellars of the building.
Yeah.
And there was a boarded off bit.
Oh yeah.
And this
could
poor
have been
man,
amazing.
who was originally completely skeptic, not interested, went off and found tools and took down the boarded off bit and was climbing in to have a look through, and because there was a step, but it was actually just an unused bit of cellar.
Yeah.
There wasn't any energy at all that I picked up in the cellar, which surprised me hugely.
There was nothing down there at all.
Went outside for a little vape, and with the lovely Mr. Stepani, and we're chatting, and I went, oh, just getting horses out of here like that. Didn't think anything of it, and we wandered about chatting. It was black, and I'm blind anyway, and I didn't have my glasses on at all, which didn't help, so I couldn't see anything. And we went back in, and I said about stables, and you went, oh, did you see the horseshoe above the building?
Yeah, there's a horseshoe above the door.
The stable's out there. He was like, is there? Where's that then?
Old buildings like that tend to have stables, or at least a stable area.
Not necessarily, because a lot of places and around that building, there's been a lot of development.
Yeah, it could have been a barn, I suppose.
There's lots of newer buildings.
Yeah, definitely.
That bit could have been a shed or an orangery.
A what?
Orangery.
What's one of those, Penny? I know you're thinking that.
The oranges and
vines
growing inside. It's just a lovely, lovely little place to sit.
So yeah, it was good to work with UK Haunted. I did speak to Alex today about whether they were doing any kind of video footage, because they do a lot on YouTube when they put stuff out. But it was mainly to document it for the actual owners. So we'll see whether or not UK Haunted release anything of it. I'm not sure.
I'd like to see some of the stuff, because
I'm sure he will do it. He's bound to be able to find.
I'm quite rambly.
I was about to say he's bound to be able to find 10, 20, 30
and
seconds.
Because they're so professional, you don't know whether they're just holding the camera or recording. Because it was held all night. I know they didn't record everything. I just don't know what they did.
Yeah, no, not me.
And then the best part of the evening was towards the end of the evening, where we turned the lights off.
Yeah.
We were all in the lounge and we turned the lights off and we did some calling out. And the lovely sceptical gentleman was touched quite significantly on his lower back, and we were just I was calling out, and then all of a sudden we had a whoa, what was that? And he said, I'm nowhere near the door, but somebody's just pushed past me. which then became a lights on, everybody's having a look, we're
Yeah.
having an examination. Oh, and I did say, they said, is there any other energies? And I said, yes, there's one in the attic. There's one in the attic space, but I just knew there was somebody up there, and I didn't connect at all with that one. Just knew there was somebody up there, and lovely lady occupant said, yes, that's the energy that links with our little boy child.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of information about that energy that has been revealed to us from our child. And it's quite unnerving.
Yeah.
What that very tiny little boy knows.
Yeah, I don't want to go into specifics.
No, I
you can
don't.
imagine it is somebody's home.
And it's personal.
Yeah. So we dealt with all of that, and then you went round the house doing what?
Well, we were
This is where you went into like witch mode.
We were prepared for if she was very uncomfortable, that we would have to do a proper full-on cleansing. But actually, we didn't need to do that at all.
No.
So I went round with my little bells and rang them in the corners of all the rooms and gave her some rosemary and thyme, basically to put around her little one's room.
Yeah.
To make sure that all the energy that was going through that room was positive energy. And obviously encouraged the opening of windows, even though it's cold and horrible, opening the windows to let the energy exchange, so it had the opportunity for fresh energy in and old energy out. And knowing that we'd had conversations that would potentially release somebody, it was like, you've heard me now, I don't need to tell you anymore.
Oh, they said themselves, the energy,
it shifted
whole upstairs, it just went
hugely.
It's like the air cleared.
It was very bizarre. From the really intense, like you're walking into a wall of energy, suddenly at the end it was like, okay, we've all said our piece, we'll leave you alone now.
It was nice and relaxed. The owners felt relaxed. They said themselves it felt more relaxed.
I don't know.
After we left, he went up in the loft.
No, he didn't.
He did. He went up in the loft, hasn't found anything yet, but we'll continue searching.
Excellent.
Because he didn't want to go up there because of the spider webs and stuff.
It's not surprising, Anna. It's quite an old building.
But I think they're going to have a really good time renovating that building. I think
it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be amazing. But I do think there's things in the walls from the original construction of the building.
Oh, there always is.
Like superstitious stuff to protect the building and the occupants.
Absolutely.
And stuff. You kind of got that feeling as you went around that there was that protection. And nothing scary. Uncomfortable, unnerving.
Yeah.
At points, although not at the end. But then energy is drawn to little people, to young people, because they're so pure and open and prepared. And
they're unfiltered what they see.
Yeah.
Accept what they see without questioning it.
Especially if they're that little and not actually being subjected to the crap that's on social media and TV that instills fear. He was way too young to be anywhere near any of that information. So hence why it was so shocking, the stuff that he revealed. Massively articulate for such a young person. Yeah. Surprisingly articulate.
But when you think about
amazing.
It's what the child said that confirmed triggered what we said.
Yeah.
It's what he told them that we confirmed the stories that we were
which wasn't showed to us till nearer the end.
No. Oh, Alex was proper cagey about that. He's like, no, we're not saying it yet. No. No,
but they also know how it works. They
know. They're really
that
careful.
The less they give us, the better. So because there's so many layers of energy that are in there, I think I connected to 2 previous landlords, and I'm guessing the couple were the really early occupants of the original building with the ladders and things. That's what I think. And obviously all the ceilings are wrong because they're false ceilings.
For me, it was like a weird walk through time. I don't know how to describe it. You know when they do a film where they do like a dream sequence and it flashes back, or a ghost sequence where it'll suddenly show what the ward looked like before, and then it cuts back to derelict.
Yeah.
One of those sort of things. That's how it feels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walking through, because you kind of stop at a point and go, "Oh, okay, so that's," and you can kind of get a layout of where beams were and where wood was, and then you walk through again. So, and that I love doing that. An old building is just a magical walk.
And we've obviously said to the occupants, if you need us for anything, if there's anything else that comes up, or
who are you going to call?
Wiccan warriors.
Could we make that our new catchphrase?
No.
Somebody else got it.
What, like the Ghostbusters?
Oh, bastards. Only beat us by about 30 years.
So yeah, that was fabulous because
it's really good.
So long. Lockdown's been crippling for those kinds of things. I know there are lots of events out there.
I've looked at loads, but I can't justify the
noisy.
That ring's heavy. I just can't justify paying it at the minute. I haven't got the spare.
No, and I don't want to go on somebody else's because the last
time. Oh no, they were all right. Because you just kind of wander off to one side.
Yeah, the last time I went, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's what I do. And if I can't do that, I don't know.
But it was really good. I'd like to think that there's stuff that would have come up on the technical side of it.
Well, I think Alex and the UK Haunted team are planning to go back.
Right, okay.
I think they're planning to go back and see if they can get something more from it.
I'm not sure they will. I think it's more likely to be flatter because people have told their story now, and
if they can pick up on some residual, that'd be good.
It's quite hard to do. I'm intrigued if there are any EVPs or anything that show. There's going to be orbs.
Either way, if they go back and they video it, I shall watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so should you.
Yeah, go check out UK Haunted.
But considering
like, share, subscribe.
It was considering it was a school night and we got home at 1:30. We had to get up at stupid o'clock again to go to work the following day, which for me ended up being a really horrendous day, Friday, the end of the day.
Well, I was only in the school till lunchtime, and then I came home and then I went to my private client. But I did turn up there and say, if I sit down for too long and relax, I'm going to be asleep.
I would have loved the opportunity. And did I do that? I fell asleep.
Yeah, you did fall asleep. Yeah, like you did today as well.
On Friday.
Yeah.
I crashed.
Yeah.
I haven't done that for a while.
Nodded off.
But yeah, it was really good. It was nice to get back out there and stretch my gift a little bit, which was nice. And to hopefully have turned a skeptic into a believer.
A believer.
He certainly seemed surprised by his own belief.
Yeah.
And he seems like a really rational chap, but he was happy to.
There was nothing we would have said, nothing we could have said would have proved it to him. He accepted it as ours. It's fine. I accept it. It's what you do. That's how he sort of spoke to me downstairs when I was outside having a fag. He's like, it's what you do. Yeah. It's what you do. It's what you feel. But I don't. It's not for me. Sort of logic.
Yeah.
And then by the time he sort of get upstairs and we've said what we've said, his kids confirmed what we've said. Then we call out for somebody, and then he gets touched on the top of the hip.
He said somebody pushed past him.
That was him, and he confessed it. He was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm in."
Yeah.
This is.
And then he was fully.
There is something there, yeah.
Enough to climb up into the creepy attic.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm not sure how much energy they are going to get residuals because of the thoroughfare of the building. But I think the strongest energies have probably dissipated a bit.
Yeah, potentially.
But it was a great night. Loads of fun.
It was good. So yeah, thank you, UK Haunted team.
Yeah.
Alex, Mickey, Nick.
For thinking of us and
Yeah,
letting us out to play.
Say, thinking of us, I've been begging and begging and begging for months.
I know. I swear to God, he's like a puppy.
I am. Yeah.
One of us has got to remain professional.
It's not my fault. I look like a grown up.
It's true. It's true. Anywho, have you got anything else?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No. I got no more notes.
Excellent.
So yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. We've got 9 more minutes to fill, so we'll just stare at the screen and there'll just be loads of gorgeous people looking at gorgeous
We haven't.
people.
If you've got any questions about anything that we've said, pop it in the comments. We'll answer if we can, whatever you've got. And then I'll send Aquaman back to the sea. Oh. All right. Stop that now.
Aquaman. Nice.
I like that. That made me giggle.
The Wish version of Aquaman.
Yeah. So that was great.
It was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I think we should wrap up.
I think we should wrap up as well.
Let people have a bit of
So
an
if you're
night.
typing, send up half a message quickly because we're going to be coming off now, so we know that you're out there writing something.
Okay, good. 30 more seconds.
Yeah. Stop it now.
No, I've enjoyed it. It was good. It's nice to sort of meet up every Sunday. And like I said, it means a lot to us. The little hearts and shares that you guys give us, it means a lot. Nick, our mate Nick.
Sup, Nick?
Thank you for joining us.
You tell us, Nick, what did you think of the other night? Did you enjoy it?
Of course he did. Marion said, got no questions, but it was really interesting.
It was really interesting for us. It was great. I liked it a lot. And send us messages if you're interested in a little adventure.
Yeah, I did.
Midweek adventure.
Yeah, Nick said he enjoyed it very much so.
Excellent.
It was really good. I enjoyed spending time with the guys. It was great. There's loads of banter with Nick. He's hilarious.
You're hard work. You know it. It's controlling Nick and you.
Yeah.
It's like having 2 bouncy puppies.
So yeah, have a good week, guys.
Yeah. And let us know if you're interested in our adventure.
Yeah, come and join us Wednesday night if you want to. You'll have to contact me so I can give you the address of where it is.
Yeah.
Can
I go back to sleep now?
Yeah, let's go. Right, have a great week, guys. Love and light to you all. Where's the end broadcast? Bye.